What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Metahuman Macaluco, and today I am privileged, I say, to have none other than my beat guy, the same individual who's been making my beats for well over 5 years now, Lucas Versace, hop on and interview. Now, I've been wanting to do this forever for quite some time, just so that you guys can get a better understanding what he's all about, or learn about his history, and hear about his involvement within the SoundCloud era scene. Um, so yeah, Lucas Versace, everybody. Grab your popcorn, grab anything you need, and I think at a certain point, hold on, another 15 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck Lucas Versace. All jokes aside, enjoy this interview.
Do you know if is it got a little volume meter? Is that fucking going up when I'm talking?
Nah, the last time I had an interview with OK Boozy, I fucked up immensely. I forgot to turn on my own mic. Um
Oh,
and the whole video is just him talking the whole time, and you don't really hear any of my questions, and I feel kind of bad. So I'm like, you know what,
yeah.
at some point I need to do another interview with OK Boozy and get his thing going, because the guy's been super supportive, so it's like I owe him that much, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, welcome Lucas to the to the channel. Um it's been a long time coming.
Yeah. We've been friends for fucking years.
Dude,
Like, I don't know what's it been, like 4 years maybe?
I think what happened was around 2017, 2018 is when Facebook started making everyone send friend requests to each other from like all over the world. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I ended up being friends with Malik McFly before he changed his name to Gorgeous Jefe. I ended up becoming friends with Xyndi as well. Smeef, like tons of people that you're still friends with or currently beefing with. Like it just an influx of everyone and their mother.
I'm not beefing with anyone, bro. It's these fucking hobby rappers on Facebook that got problems with things I say.
That sounds about right, man. They all,
Yeah.
I don't know,
It's
egos,
just
egos.
I find it funny because I was going on a bit of a tirade and like also Kanye was too. So I made the Facebook post earlier saying mine and Kanye's menstrual cycles are synced up.
Mm, that's
Yeah.
so
I
silly,
think it's
man.
funny. No, it's that one kid is just a fucking loser, man. But like ages ago, he was like trying to talk to me, like talk shit to me, and he's like, "Fuck all your dead friends," and I was like, "Ah, yeah, whatever." That's it. Yeah, again, no sort of respect from you.
Nah, that's fucked. Especially when you bring dead friends into the question. Nah.
Yeah, and it's like my dead friends are like not the dead friends that you want to insult because everyone respected them. Like Kano, Max, Midas, like they're very respected in the community. And then
Yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
people saying shit like that to get at me, and it's like you're not offending me. It's like I know people are gonna be saying "fuck me" and "rest in peace," "rest in piss" when I fucking die. A post came up in my memories the other day saying the first person to say "rest in piss" when I die gets a free beat. And I think that's just like the standard that I'm setting.
Oh man, you're insane, bro. Um, I wanted to ask, what inspired you to actually make beats to begin with and get into it?
Uh, Basically, I was friends with this kid like local. I like we skated for a long time. I basically stopped skating because I was getting involved with drugs and shit like that. Like basically like fucked all my skating career up. But
Okay,
after that, I was basically sat around with like fuck all to do. So I had a laptop. I just installed FL. I had another friend who skated. He used to make drum and bass, or he still does. And I think it was about like probably like 2013, 2014, some shit like that. Like he like put fucking FL Studio on my fucking on my shitty laptop, and I was like learning to make drum and bass and stuff like that. But then I just like just didn't bother. And I think it was like not long before my 21st birthday, so it would have been well like 8 years ago. Like yeah, probably about 8 years ago that I started fucking around with like making beats and stuff. But
gotcha. I'm sorry to
Oh, that's
cut you off really fast. You said the two guys you used to hang out with made that fuck Lucas Versace tag.
oh no no no. That's Max. That's Comatose.
Oh, okay.
So that's when like that happened. Well, that was around the summertime of like because what happened was the one kid that I was supposed to be making music with, basically some fuck shit happened on my birthday. So then I was like, all right, no, I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm just gonna knuckle down on music. So that's why I put like my 21st birthday as like me like being serious about music. That's why I always go off that. But I did start like a little bit before. I was like playing around making beats, but it was never like I want to sell beats. It was always just like, oh, I want to make beats with my friend, and then we're gonna make some songs. Like that was like the initial like reasoning for it. But
Yeah.
then after the shit happened on my birthday, I was like, oh, I got no one to make beats for now. So then I was like getting on Twitter. I was talking to people on Twitter, like even Young King Dave, like smoking big doinks out of Amish. Like I spoke to him a couple of times because he had friends who were rapping, and like obviously I was just starting out trying to send people beats here and there. I
Ah,
was also doing
rest
like
in
a little bit of
peace, dude. I
promo
love that guy.
for real, like. But
You're lucky. I wish I got to speak to him like that. I only listened to a couple of his songs and saw some of the memes. Young King
we didn't
David.
speak a lot. Yeah, we didn't speak like a whole lot. It was just like talking about like what sort of just music shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool to like meet him and stuff.
Hell yeah.
But then after that, I went a bit like off the deep end with the drugs, and I ended up like deleting that whole Twitter, like deleting my Facebook, like a whole load of shit. And then I started my new Facebook, which is the one I'm currently on, which I'm talking to all people through, but like met Max on and stuff like that. But I basically like I don't know. I've had like a weird bit of a story, but I guess it's just because I'm like out in the UK. So
No,
like I,
for
I don't
sure.
really
I
get.
mean, you're like the first international person on my channel. So, hearing about a dude from the UK being heavily involved in a scene that he hasn't even been physically, well, I don't know if you've physically been here yet, but, you know,
No, no, yeah.
to be an influence and a major key player in everything that has happened in that period, that's low key kind of a huge flex when you think about it.
The way you say like key player, and it's like I understand like I have done quite a lot of like shit for like the Facebook scene, I guess. But like I don't know, I feel like that's putting a bit too much on what I've done because like being a key player would mean I'm like doing shit in like the broader underground, but really it's just like this little Facebook community.
Well, you'd be
I just like
surprised because there's people that you're not even friends with on Facebook that know about you for some reason. They'll be like, "Oh, I heard this guy's beats before. Yeah, they're fire." And of course, sometimes you'll get that one dickhead who's like, "Oh, his beats are trash." Boo. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like as if I don't fucking buy like beats out the wazoo from you.
yeah.
Between you, Brendan Cush, and OK Boozy, like, you know.
Anyone who says they don't like my beats is just being a hater because like I'm not trying to be full of myself. I've spent like the past it's coming up on like 7 years, like every day of my life opening FL Studio and like even if I don't make a beat, I'm sat here playing keys for like 4 hours a day. So it's like I'm getting good at this shit, and then you got all these like hobby rappers who fucking started over COVID, can't even make a beat, trying to tell me my beats are trash, and I'm like, motherfucker, you couldn't even make one.
Yeah, it's so silly, dude. Like it whether it's on Facebook or in real life, that seems to be an issue I run into where I'll see people actually make actual music from scratch, like build it up, and then there'll be some other cornball coming in being like, "Oh, your beats suck," and then they make an attempt, and it's just like, "All right, cool. You used a
And you know the
generic
funny thing is,
snare, you used a generic kick. It sounds like the fucking same Juice World the baby ass beat from like 2020,
yeah.
you know."
Uh, I, yeah, but the crazy thing is about it is like the people talking shit, like they don't even make the same kind of music as me. It's like like the one that I was talking about, like fucking shit about the other day. But he makes funk music, and it's like I do make funk, but like I don't make funk rap. I make instrumental funk, which is a
Right.
very different thing. It's like this beat isn't meant to be rapped on. It's like this bass is all over the place because I'm treating the bass like a vocal. So like the vocal, like the bass would sort of move around like a vocal melody would. Because if you think about it, a vocal melody isn't like the same all the way through the song. You might have like a sort of repetitive flow for the verse, but then on the chorus, you're hitting different notes, singing a bit. That's the way I try to think of like my instrumental funk stuff. For me,
Yeah.
it gives it makes it so like it's hard to be rapped on, so people don't try and just like, oh, I'm gonna hop on this beat, you know.
No, that's fair. I
For me,
mean, there's a lot of funk stuff that like sounds like it's not even supposed to be rapped on. It sounds like something you're supposed to speed to when you're on the highway,
yeah,
you know.
it's the
But the funk shit is usually fire. Like I peeped some of your stuff on SoundCloud, and I go through your different playlists, like your funk playlists, your free beat playlists, your the collabs that you've dropped. Sub Zero packs of stays on repeat sometimes.
yeah.
Um,
I like that song.
what's
It's a
up?
good song.
Oh
I
yeah,
said I
that's
like that song.
yeah.
It's a good song.
But what were your major influences? Like what other than getting in touch with your friends and going through the motions, being involved with drugs, was there any major influences that got you into making music and skateboarding?
Um, for making music, no, I don't think there was any one person. But I was like started making beats, and I was like, I want to make beats like his. I don't think there was one of those people. But like later on in stuff, like now currently is Bristow, like Lucky's producer. I fucking love his stuff. And well, Lucky just has really good beat selection. So there's like a lot of his producers. I think maybe I'm drawn to like rappers and their beat selections more than specific producers.
Right.
Because like I guess that's more of like a SoundCloud thing because like all these SoundCloud rappers getting beats off so many different people, and there's a lot of copying to try and get beats to certain rappers and stuff like that.
No, for
Um,
sure. I mean, I feel like it's
that was
kind of
fun.
easy to steal. Well, not necessarily steal, but be inspired by another beat because a lot of beats are almost like the same BPM. So, if you have like a set flow and you stay on that BPM and that's it, and it becomes an issue for some of these rappers as well. 'Cause it's like, okay, dude, the fucking song, you made like five of the same songs.
Yeah. And I think about it, like hip hop's been around for like 50 years. I think like 80% of the beats that will ever be made have already been made.
Yeah.
Especially in this era where it's so accessible. There's like you've got kids making beats now just on phones or fucking, or whatever. People making beats on fucking Fortnite and Minecraft and or whatever fucking shit. It's just like, it's just getting wild. I think it needs to be a little less accessible.
No, for sure. But it's funny you say that too, because there was a point in time where I was debating on making beats, and you had suggested I watch Alex Toomey on YouTube because he actually breaks it down easy for everyone and their mother. Now, because of you putting me on, there's a couple of guys from my local scene, especially at pub dubs and whatever, and a lot of them are like, "Oh, what do I do? What do I do?" And then I'll just send them links to Toomey's channel. Do you still keep up with that?
Not as much because like he's Alex Toomey is an engineer. He's Young Thug's engineer. So and I don't do a lot of mixing anymore. It's like I don't rap as much anymore. And if I do rap, I don't put it out or anything. So I don't really care about the mix. But back when I was like interested in mixing and I was mixing for people a lot more, I was paying a lot of attention to his streams.
Yeah.
But but lately I don't watch a lot of music content at all. I try to keep like tutorials and all that sort of shit to a minimum because then I'm right in my wave. You know what I mean? I'm not like looking at some YouTube tutorial and just like, oh, he does it this way, so I'm gonna do it that way. Things like that like sort of stick in your brain. So I'd rather like fuck about and find out.
Yeah, for sure. Um, Backtracking a little bit. How did you get in contact with Comatose when he was still alive? And were you guys the first two founding members of Key Mob? How did that come to be?
No, Max was Comatose was actually nothing to do with chemo. He was only there basically because I was there. But the story about how me and him got in touch was basically I was just adding people like all over music book, and then I was waiting on a microphone because I was rapping a little bit, like trying to, and then I had like a shitty like lavalier mic, but I wanted to make myself a producer tag,
Mm-hmm.
At first, it was like Versace on the beat, like heavy auto tuned, like just some shit that I'd made. But then I put a post out on Facebook asking if anyone wanted to make me a producer tag, and yeah, Max just said I got you, and then I can send you the full clip. It's up on my SoundCloud of like him going through all the different ones and like the way like the Lucas Versace one just hit, and then someone in like he says after it like he's going to use that one for sure. And I was like, no, it needs to be done. Like that's destiny, and I've just like stuck with it ever since.
Dude, it really is. It did, because now you got all these people like saying it unironically and ironically.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so with
Like what you
Max,
said about chemo,
I'm sorry.
what you were saying about chemo is back when it was fucking FBN, it was like Kano. Kano was the main one. He's the one that brought us all together in a group chat, and it basically just one day just dumped us all in this group chat, and then we all just sort of like I didn't speak in there for like 3 days. I was just there like, who the fuck are all these people? I knew like Smeef and Leo and like a couple of other people, but I didn't really know anyone because this is like I don't know. This is gonna be like 5, 6 years ago, some shit,
Right.
and yeah, that's basically like how K-Mob started. We were just put into a group chat by Kano. But Max is cute boys. That was his group, and because I was friends with Max, and we were always just on like the same ship. Kano added him in too, and even though like Max wasn't a part of Keymob, he always was because like he was there from day one, and there's people who are in there now who weren't in there from day one. So like he is, but he isn't because he's doing his own thing. And then at one point, we added all of the cute boys into Keymob group chat, so we had some like weird. I don't know. It was pretty cool. Ended up like linking up for a lot of stuff.
Okay. Hell yeah. Do you still keep in contact with the majority of the people in both Keymod and Cute Boys, or has everyone kind of dispersed and gone out their own way?
Um, a lot of people have come and gone from Keymob. A lot, but like I'm still in the group chat. I still talk to people. I'm not as active with the group anymore. It's like I've sort of taken a step back from it myself, but not like completely because they're still all my friends. But I don't see like a music thing coming from it so much anymore. But I still do work with people who are in there, like like Xyndi. I'm working with him all the time, and Krista CTG. It's
Christo and
like
Xyndi are probably like the two nicest guys I have the privilege of speaking to.
yeah, they're both
Xyndi
fucking
especially.
amazing.
Xyndi's like, dude, Xyndi's cool as fuck.
He's just like that like stereotypical like chill Californian. Like, oh yeah, bro, I smoke lots of weed. I like skateboarding.
Yeah, that sounds about accurate. I mean, dude looks like he used to dress up like a freaking those hype beasts back in 2013 that had the swag got everything. Dude, I've seen the old photos.
Yeah,
And
bro, I used to dress. I had the Diamond Supply cap, like way oversized, fucking white tee, skinny jeans, these like red Adidas high tops and shit. And I was like skating in them. I thought I was a beast. Like,
yeah. Oh man. So and speaking of, you've collabed with a couple of people other than Xyndi and Gorgeous Jefe. There's a couple of people I noticed that you actually have worked with. I was actually peeping a song that you and Max made, and I don't know how he got involved, but DJ Killisy was in the title. How did that come to be?
oh yeah, I no, I had both that beat off of Cap of Killer C. Is like a just looking for something to rap on, and he was just made a post saying beats for $30. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll hit him up.
Okay, fire.
Off that.
Do you still keep in
It-
contact with DJ?
not much no,
Hmm.
but
Ironic, 'cause I actually was watching his interview with Nikolai Capone the other day, and I was like, all right, let me get inspired a little bit so I can actually, bring a quality interview to the table.
no, Cam's cool, but it's like he's sort of one of those people who saw my posts and then thought I was crazy, so probably distanced himself a little bit. But
That
I
sounds
still
about
fuck with
right.
him. I still fuck with all of those guys, like Doom Shop, Six Set. Like, 'cause I used to be like I used to talk to them sometimes, but no, obviously not a whole lot, not enough to say I'm like really good friends with them. But yeah.
I got you. And speaking of people who have been interviewed by Nikolai Capone, I noticed that you also worked with Indie at some point as well. Was that just another come and go type of thing?
Me and Indy, we've got like I think there's 3 songs.
I
Like
didn't
he
realize
took
there was
them
three
down.
songs. I only found the one.
Yeah, he took them down when he was like redoing some of his fucking SoundCloud or whatever when he's like overhauling it, going for his like new sound.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
think
noticed that like there's really not much about him past 2020. A lot of the stuff that he has put out is like music that's been engineered by him specifically. So it's like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
I see what he's
yeah.
going for. He's trying to doing like a whole rebrand marketing thing, which I can
Mhm.
respect. You know, the dude still sounds fire regardless, but it kind of makes me sad that he. I don't want to say disavow, but pretty much
Uh,
overhauled everything else you guys worked on.
it is what it is. I think like if an artist wants to be a certain way and like sound a certain way, I understand them getting rid of like all this stuff. Because I keep backups of like I've probably got stuff on my drive from like 2019, so I've probably got the songs somewhere. You know, I'm a big hoarder when it comes to music shit. I've got like all of my FLPs. My drum folder is the same one that I've been using since I started. Just like fucking 7 years of just stacking samples.
For
That shit
sure.
is fucking beefy now. But yeah, Zindy's indie. I mean, yeah, fucking yeah, indie's cool. I still fuck with him, but I don't know. He's just we just drifted apart, I guess.
That makes sense. Kind of like with DJ Killesy. I
Yeah.
also noticed that you have one particular song that reached at least a million, not views, but listens, and that was the collaboration with GiDs. How did that come to be?
Um, I
Am
was
I
I
pronouncing
think
his
it was
name right too?
yeah, it's just kids.
Okay.
But yeah, me and kids are pretty good friends. I was like, I was offering like I'll produce for you for a month for like $60. Like that's what the deal was, and he hit me up about it, and I ended up so for like 3 months we worked together, and I was just sending him beats like pretty much everyone I've made. I was like sending them his way, and then he just picked a load of beats out, made songs, put together an album. But then that one song, he got it posted on Trash, the YouTube channel with all the fucking AMVs and shit.
Oh yes, yes,
So,
trash. All the
yeah,
Facebook dudes have their music on that channel. It's crazy to me.
yeah,
I think Dank
yeah,
Sinatra has a couple on there. Keep My Secrets has a few on there. Dude,
yeah.
that channel, like, that's a great channel to promote your music on.
But that's the one that like everyone was listening to like back in like 2018 or whatever when like what's the fucking there's like one video from that channel that like the Ghostman video with the fucking ghost dancing, isn't that on Trash?
I believe so. Let me
It's like
turn down my volume really quick because
it's like when that came out, it's like it was so trash, and I knew sort of like that was one of the channels I what sort of wanted to shoot for being on. That's why I like a lot of my earlier music was like a bit more in key with that sort of genre of rap.
well, I think the issue is that the SoundCloud era is like pretty much bygone at this point. There's still a few people that use it ever so loosely every now and then. Like I'm starting to like drift away from SoundCloud too, despite having it for years and having 5 different playlists of stuff that I personally like. It's literally all of them are called Luco's personal favorites playlists. So, and
Yeah,
you know, your songs are scattered in those playlists because you can only add like up to like 500 songs on those playlists.
is it? I've never
Yours,
heard of SoundCloud.
Gorgeous Hefes, Xyndi's, etc.
Yeah,
Um, which going back, I wanted to ask a couple of questions about Gorgeous Hefe. You guys actually have banger after banger after banger. Like, if there's any duo that's like big, I think it's you two guys.
yeah. don't think me and him have missed, because like the first song I done with him is on a beat by Oliver Francis and New York Nico, which they're probably not supposed to be using because it's a part of a beat tape that they made that I don't think was supposed to be rapped on. But I just like I bought the beat tape on Bandcamp and just downloaded all the shit, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna rap on this beat. And I
Okay.
did. I sent it to Max. So then Max put a verse on there, and then we sent it to Malik, and then he put his verse on the end, and like I love that song now because the song's called Truth Is, and like the hook is like truth is I still hear you in the words that I say, and it's like because Max is on that, I feel like it was about someone else, but now it's gone from being like uh I can't remember. I can't think of the word. It went from being a bad song to being a good song, through what happened. But that first song, I loved that one, and then um, I hit him up for an acapella, I think, which is what's that song called? I don't even fucking remember.
No, I got you. This is why I need a Joe Rogan style podcast studio so I could actually pull this
Yeah,
shit up without it
Jamie,
being an
pull that up.
issue.
Uh, shit, man, I hate this new
Crap.
fucking. So when I go onto SoundCloud and I go onto tracks, it goes onto this new beta bullshit they're fucking doing, and it sucks so bad. Just give me like the old thing, the thing that I've been using for the past 10 fucking years.
Right. Oh wow, they stay putting shit up and it still gets
Yeah.
26, 18K
One,
views.
yeah, one for me is the one that I did with him, and I asked him for an acapella. I said I got like a pretty cool beat. I just wanted to have him on, and he sent me an acapella. I pulled that together, and he liked that because he said like that's the kind of beat that he imagined underneath it, and I was like, that's fucking sick. And then we did the one that you said, the Sub-Zero one. I can't remember the fuck.
Sub-Zero
I got
pack.
so many songs. Yeah, yeah. I got so many songs with so many different people. It's just
Okay,
like
I
fucking.
see what I did wrong. I was trying to look
I
for
don't
one
know.
for me, and it's literally spelt one for me, not one
Yeah.
for me.
What the
Number
fuck?
4. Okay. Yeah, I was. Like I said, I was doing my homework last night, so I went down like everything. Um,
Yeah.
Kind of weird that you used gave it a hashtag funk thing because I thought the whole purpose of funk really wasn't supposed to be used for like rapping and stuff. Was that particular
That's
funk beat made for that?
oh, funk is like some funk is for rapping, but like I treat like my instrumental stuff as something not to be rapped on. But that was something that I made to be rapped on. Funk is
Oh,
basically
okay.
categorized as like it's because it comes from the Memphis scene, that like early scene. But then it in like 2013, 14, 15, whatever, Space Ghost Perp started calling stuff funk, and then the type that I make
Bass
is like
goes
the type
perp.
that the type that I make is like the type that DJ Smokey makes.
Got you. Okay. Okay.
That's like the easiest way to explain it. So there's like two different kinds.
I got you. Now it's no doubt that you've been producing and making beats and not really engineering like you said, but you've been very active. Have you actually ever performed at any venues in Wales or outside of
No,
Wales?
not at all. I was supposed to be a part of a show during college, but then I was just like, no, I don't want anything to do with this. Like, I don't want to be on no stage. I was like, I got nothing to offer. Like, because at that point, I couldn't even play keys very well or anything. I was, just a
But
bedroom producer. Fucking
don't you think that hinders you a little bit, from experiencing what could have been?
It definitely does, but it's like I said, I don't rap much anymore, and it's like if I was gonna perform something, I'd want to be like
Well,
out in the states,
here's my
like
thing,
with like a
because you
yeah
even made it very clear earlier in the beginning of this interview that excuse me, that you used to make D&B and whatever. Um,
yeah
have you ever considered maybe stepping out of the making funk and rap instrumentals and going back to your roots and experimenting around? And it doesn't have to necessarily be D&B. You can start making jungle sets or I guess hardstyle, but hardstyle is kind of like
yeah
but something like that, something to step out of your comfort zone and maybe start DJing, and you could still throw your tag somewhere in there, like if you're fucking going ham and maybe getting experimental, and somewhere along the
yeah
line you're making like some fucking crazy rhythm or DJ set, and you throw a fuck Lucas Versace somewhere in there, but it's like just before the bass drops, like a dun
yeah.
dun 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 dun. Fuck Lucas Versace. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, that would be sick, but like I haven't got the time or like brain power to be doing this dubstep shit. It's 'cause like I said, fuck, smash my elbow on the thing.
Well, the dubstep is just
Um,
an example. There's so many
yeah,
things that you can do. You could still do the softer shit like D&B and jungle, and you'll still be set. People fuck with jungle heavy. I fuck with jungle heavy.
but it's even funny that you brought this up in the first place because last year I did make like a full house album, so I have like a full album of house music which I produced last year.
See, house
But
is fire too. I keep forgetting house exists. You know.
that's just sat on my SoundCloud on a private playlist. There's like a few like drum and bass songs on my SoundCloud that are just privated. It's just like I do play around with different things, but I don't do it much.
No, I got you. I mean,
Like there's a whole like different level of thought that needs to go into these songs because they are like purely instrumental. It's like you need to be thinking about doing a lot of things because like those sort of songs are listened to by other producers and then they are going to notice like, oh, this thing is wrong, this thing is a bit weird.
well, that's just a given. Whether or not you're actually putting in time and effort, or you're just fucking off. Someone's always gonna, really listen and critique. Because there are some
Yeah,
people out there that have this weird ability to literally pinpoint and pick apart sounds, and they know the difference between this sound and that sound. And what's even crazier to me is that they could still know that it's two separate sounds, even if the sounds are put together and moshed. And
yeah,
that's real talent. That's some real fucking X-Men mutant shit right there. That people
yeah,
can do that. I wish I can do that. If I was doing that, I'd be fucking selling beats to everyone and their mother. You kidding me?
yeah. See, that's what I mean. That's like drum and bass, like dubstep sort of. Right. Let me another thing about drum and bass and dubstep. They fucking hate presets. Like they despise presets. If you've got a song with a preset in it, they're just going to be like, "No, I know that preset. It's from Nexus 2 in the fucking blah 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 blah." You know what I mean?
No, I definitely know what
They
you
hate
mean.
presets and
I've had multiple conversations about this with my friend Allie. I think she added you on Facebook. She's the
yeah,
DNB princess. She was
yeah,
actually my third ever interview. We were actually out at a local video game bar. My other friend, Rojo Montana. We were out our way to go support what was it, Ray at the time? Well, we really went there to go see her because it was a secret 40-minute set that she did, and of course we showed up like
yeah,
the last 5 minutes of her set. So, we all ordered drinks and whatever, and we're listening to this next DJ, and Allie's talking shit the whole time about this poor dude. She's like, dude, I can tell you right now, are you listening to this guy? And he's just like, uh, I forgot how she broke it down. I was incredibly faded, mind you. Um,
yeah,
but she was definitely pointing out or not really pointing out, but criticizing, critiquing the little things that this guy was doing, and she was definitely not pissed, but not thrilled that
yeah,
this guy was using a preset. So you're definitely right about that in regards to D&B and Jungle not liking presets.
yeah. So but I don't I don't really have the brains to be like synthesizing sounds. It's like most of my stuff is like I go off the feeling. So it's like I can pick like random preset noises, and it doesn't matter the noise because I'm gonna the way I play it on the keys, or the way I arrange it, or the way I mix it and add effects and stuff like that. That's gonna give it the feeling that I want.
Yeah,
So
I
I
got.
don't need to do some crazy like spend an hour inside fucking Serum or Massive or whatever, and then just to get one sound that I'm gonna play. I mean, that seems like a bit of a waste of time. But I know it's not a waste of time, but to me it seems like a waste of time. I'd rather just get the idea out, so then it's there.
I mean, I hear you, and but I also feel like you shouldn't be afraid to get experimental. Like, what's the worst that could happen if you stepped out of your comfort zone and made something that people weren't expecting?
I've done it already. I've, like if you go through like my full discography and like stuff, like you're never gonna find my full discography because it's like stuff that I've made, stuff that I've made with people that I haven't put into my production credits, stuff that I've just made. It's like I guess like I have a better understanding of my own music than a lot of other people because I think people only see like 5% of what I make. I think it's about that. I think a lot of my stuff it just sits on my drive or just sits on my PC or I send it out to someone, it doesn't get used. So I think a lot of people don't hear like most of my stuff. But there was like a period like back, I'd say probably like 2020, 2019, where I was doing a lot of like weird experimental stuff.
I got you. Sheesh. Well, now you got me curious because I'm on your SoundCloud right now. I'm looking up all the tracks and whatever, and dude, like I don't know, you do numbers, so I don't understand like why you can't just say fuck it, let's upload something and go from there. Even if it's like a 6 year old song that hasn't seen the light of day, like I still think you should put yourself out there more because I tell people about you, like you're my fucking beat guy, and the history between you and gorgeous Jefe and everyone else, like I really do deep down support you guys, and really appreciate the excuse me, the the effort and work that you guys put into making your music.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. I
Yeah,
don't
for
think a
sure. I
lot of
mean,
people
like I
do see
like
it that way.
especially here in the States where I'm talking to my IRLs, and a lot of my IRLs don't know about the weird Facebook shit that happened in like before
Yeah,
COVID, where everyone's like adding each other from like total strangers, and now all these total strangers are becoming talented artists as days goes on, years goes on.
yeah,
So like I tell my some of my best friends even, yo, if you guys need beats, like Lucas Versace actually makes fire beats. It's only like what, like uh a couple pounds, because I know when you send shit to either Cash App or PayPal, they convert it. But like
yeah,
even then, it's not that expensive, dude. I used to pay fucking before I started working with you on a couple of projects. When I used to rap back in the day, I used to go to this guy named J Manson. I used to pay this guy like 200, 300, $400 just to stay at his house all day and fucking boom, boom,
yeah,
boom, boom, boom. That's how time travel came to be with Malik McFly.
yeah,
And at some point, uh, Malik and I had a very serious discussion. This is like a couple of years later. This is like 2022, 2023, I want to say. He's like, dude,
yeah,
you, I don't want to say he said I'm a horrible rapper, but I need to start putting more emotion and start working on my cadence and flow, because
yeah,
I don't think he was too thrilled with me trying to do this whole like kind of like young lean bones type of flow that I had been doing prior.
yeah.
I can understand where
I
he's coming
think
from. So I stepped away from making rap music myself for a little bit and just start, doing these type of interviews and making videos because,
yeah,
I'm not as musically inclined as you guys, but I still want to contribute to the scene in some way.
yeah, yeah. It's a good way to do it. We don't have enough people who are just like who do good interviews. So there was that one guy who was interviewing a lot of people, and then he went on some weird thing, and I posted his fucking cock and balls to Facebook, and we were all just like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, and that's just weird. Yeah, hey, I've posted my balls on Facebook too, but that was like fucking. I think we were in fucking. I do it to like a lot of group chats. I'll just go
That's
into a group chat and I'll just
insane,
post.
dude. What
I'll
the
post my balls. I'll post my balls in the group chat to assert dominance. With the finger quotes.
No, no, no. What
And
makes me
I did
laugh?
it.
What makes me laugh is I know for a fucking fact you're speaking the truth because there was that one guy who used to troll the both of us, Daniel Alvarado, or whatever the fuck his last name was.
Yeah,
And I remember to this very day, now that you brought it up, you fucking sent your shit to him, and
yeah. I put it in my balls. No, he was trying to
dude,
call me, and I answered the call, and I just had the phone on my balls. But I think it was like one time, like it was like early chemo days, and we were all just decided like if we all post our balls, they can't ban us all, and they did, and it was the most boring month on Facebook
oh
because like
dear
all of
God,
us, all of us were gone, like we were all just, but we were all in the group chat just laughing about it, like
Jesus fucking Christ, bro. Oh fuck. But
yeah, but that other guy did it in a weird way. He's like, I think he put like the fucking eggplant emoji like over his cock. It was like that's not even doing it in a funny way. That's like it's just being a weirdo. It's like when I posted my balls on Facebook, it's like we all came together, decided collectively that we were going to post our balls on Facebook. So it's like a group thing,
yeah.
and that's what made it sort of funny. But this guy did it like unprompted, no reason.
Do you even remember this guy's name? Because I don't even remember that. I don't want to remember
Uh,
that.
uh, Gabriel something.
Oh my God. If it's the Gabriel, I think it is. I gotta delete that fucking guy. Oh my goodness. I think I know who you're talking about. Um,
Yeah.
Smee fucking talks some mad shit about him. That's so fucking funny.
If Smith's talking shit about him, it's probably the same guy. We're probably the same guy.
So, uh, stepping away from the whole ball situation, I do want to ask you, how do you feel about the current state of music as it is right now? What's your personal feelings on it?
Currently, um, it's it's getting better. It's better than it has been in like the past like 3 years.
See,
I think over
that's
COVID, you just had
that's
like this influx of people picking up music because they were sat at home doing nothing all day, and now they've all gone back to work. So now we've got like actual rappers and actual artists who want to be artists trying to make music. But obviously now you still have all like the TikTok people who think they can be. But then they just get one viral song, fuck up their deal, end up in a 360. Oh, I made one song, I got £1 million, $1 million record deal, and then they don't have anything to come with it. The best thing you can do in that situation is just be quiet. Don't
the
take no deal. Make a couple more songs,
the thing
and
is
then once
that
once
people think they want virality, but the issue is with virality is that a lot of
there's
people are
no there's no
financially
longevity.
illiterate on
Yeah,
top of it. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, they'll make a song, they'll make a deal, they'll 360 themselves, and it's just like no one really stops to take the time and think, okay, let me use this money wisely to invest into things that could only help my career further.
no, just don't take the deal. Leave the deal alone. Like keep stay independent. Put that song up on Spotify. Make your Spotify money, and then make like one or two more songs and just sit and wait. Wait until the buzz has died down a little bit, but not too much, and then post the other songs. And then you know, or even if you wait on like the label deal and you're talking to a label and oh, I've got one hit song, and I've got more. I've got like seven in the vault, then they're more inclined to give you a better deal, not just like because these people are getting put in 360 deals because like they aren't performing, or if they are performing, they've got one fucking song to perform, and then that's like fucking up their whole thing. So that's why they're just getting a bad deal. They need like a catalog behind them that they can go and perform, and then that's when it's gonna like sort of thing. But as for music coming out, the music that has been coming out recently has been really good, especially on like the more alternative side of rap. And I don't mean like rock, metal, that sort of alternative side. I mean like more like cloud rap, sort of like wavy shit. Like people getting a bit more experimental, and it's like the sounds that are coming out of it are very good.
Yeah.
Like
Yes. So when you say alternative, would you say a best example of alternative would be like clippings or death grips, or because you said that not really like the guys who try and incorporate the rock and metal shit into. Well, I mean, Death Grips does do they do that, but
that's
they haven't really dropped in a
that's the
while, and they're all over the place with whatever the fuck they are as a genre. But Clippings was pretty experimental too.
I like clipping. No, more like it's sort of people who are like adjacent to hyperpop but didn't go into hyperpop. It's like the producer Ginseng. Like Ginseng is like OG SoundCloud producer, but the stuff that he's making with like his artists, that shit sounds like amazing. And then you've got people like Two Hollis. It's like Two Hollis is cool, but it's like his mother is the co-owner of fucking Skrillex's record label, so that's like some nepo baby shit. But like but he does make cool music. It's like that sort of hyperpop that isn't hyperpop.
Okay, all
Those
right,
sort of
cool.
songs.
Have you ever
But
thought
it's like
about
it's
getting
all
into
kind of like
doing hyperpop yourself?
uh, I, I I fucked about with it when it was like a new thing, and I was gonna make hyper funk, which was supposed to be like funk but with like drum and bass like sort of touches to it, because that's what I saw like hyper pop as. It was like sort of EDM drum and bass but like hip hop music. So then I tried to put that into funk. I made one song and then I just sort of gave up on it. But
See,
hyperfunk
I,
became a genre because of a producer called Young Maple. So he sort of like coined that. But me and him, I've spoken to him about it, and we both making that sort of stuff around the same time.
okay, fire, fire. Um, you still keep in contact with that same gentleman to this very day?
No.
Uh,
So yeah, I think we didn't talk about it much. It was just like I was
like
just
a
talking
like
about
a
it on Twitter.
idea passing by, and that was it.
No, we spoke on Twitter for a little bit, and then that was just sort of it. Because he was talking about when he first started making it, and I was like, "Oh, when did you stop? When did you stop making it?" And I was like, "I got a FLP on my PC from like October, like 2020 or like 2019, something like that. Like it is pretty fucking." So that was back when hyperpop was first. Because I like hyperpop because I like Charlie XCX and Sophie and PC music. Because
See,
that's what hyperpop was. It was PC music, and then these little fucking TikTok kids jumped on the genre because Charlie XCX, and then fucking yeah,
I'll be so
fucking
real with
yeah,
you. The way I got into hyperpop, 100 gex was very briefly relevant for like maybe 3 days. And
yeah,
then I have a friend named Mike, and he loved them. He used to blast that shit. Like he has the fucking. Well, I have the same speakers because of him, but dude, he used to blast that shit, and his brother Steve would get so pissed. He's like, Mike, turn that fucking garbage off, dude. They would get into it. And then I got reintroduced to it sometime when one of my homegirl had introduced me to one of my previous guests, Jeffrey Alexander. And the way he
yeah,
goes about it is that he'll make like like a pop song, if you will, but like he'll add like the most like fucking gangster ass lyrics to it. So like I'm going in thinking like it's gonna be some like 100 gex bullshit, or like something like la di da di da love love love. It's like no, like
yeah,
a lot of his songs are about him curb stomping your fucking shit. But I mean that's kind of to be expected because the same guy also does a lot of stuff in the metal stuff, and he's kind of had a
yeah.
fucked up life on the low.
Mm.
Cool guy. I definitely recommend you listen to his music and whatever. But that's how I got introduced into hyperpop, and I started questioning him about his opinion on hyperpop and where it stands and whatever. And I was kind of hoping to get a second interview with him at some point, but he moved to Orlando. So if I do interview him again, it might be like a another Discord interview like this. Not unless some miracle happens and I happen to run into him if I go up there.
Yeah.
But
I think this is like a cool way of doing interviews because like I feel a lot like I did another interview last year locally for there's like a hip hop exhibit in the Welsh National Museum, and I did an interview with the guy who's like the who's setting it up, and I was nervous as shit for that, but like because I was like out of my comfort zone, just sat there with him talking about shit. But then here I'm just chilling, you know. I can smoke when I want. I haven't got to worry that I'm just like swinging back and forth on my chair and just. I probably look like a bit of a prick right now, but I'm cool.
dude, I'm chilling in my own room, sitting on the chair. The only difference is I'm not smoking yet, anyway. Once this interview's over, oh, believe me, I'm gonna roll up. But um, nah, man, you shouldn't be too nervous about doing those local interviews because there's a lot of people in my scene, locally, like the people I know in real life. They're nervous to talk to me for some reason about doing an interview one on one on camera. I'm like, I don't understand what you're nervous about. I'm not the fucking feds. I'm not gonna show up to your door and roundhouse kick you. Like, I just want
Pull
to
out some
talk about
fucking
music and
Nardwar
your
ass
opinion
questions.
on it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What?
No, I said you're gonna pull out some fucking Nardwar ass questions. Look,
I mean, at some point, I am going to. You talk to enough people. A lot of them gossip, so you write down questions around the gossip, but without actually addressing the gossip. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, yeah,
so but at the same time, I like the whole idea is to ask questions and promote. Because if you manage to get an interview on my channel, it means I fuck with you heavy first and foremost. I'm trying to be like the base god of interviews. Well, I guess
yeah.
Nardwar already has that title to an extent because everyone and their mom loves Nardwar.
And he's been doing that shit for years, like, because he had that like little radio show or whatever, and
His
he
come up
interviewed
is
people and stuff.
crazy, dude. He used to grill
And it's like,
politicians. I'm like, damn, I should start doing that.
yeah, and there's all like the interviews with like the fucking punk bands and stuff in the 90s.
Yeah,
Hey, fuck Sonic Youth.
fuck
And
Sonic
was
Youth
was the
for
other one that
real.
treated him bad as well? Blur as well. Blur treated him like shit.
Was Blur
Fuck
the
Damien Albarn.
was Blur the guys that took his glasses and he started playing Monkey in the Middle, and then once the singer
I
left the
think so. Yeah.
room, yeah, fuck those guys. Fucking my YouTube thing's popping up. Anyway, before we completely wrap things up, I do wanna. I got two more questions. Um,
Yeah.
do you have any advice for anyone who wants to become a producer or a rapper?
Just do your own shit. Do your own shit. It's not gonna come easy. It's gonna be very hard, very confusing. You're not gonna know what the fuck you're doing a lot of the time. But just keep at it.
And
If you keep at it, persistence. That's like one thing skateboarding taught me is like I'm gonna fall over, I'm gonna get hurt. That's like positive reinforcement for me.
right,
From skating. It's like if I fall over and I get hurt, I know not to do that anymore. But I'm still gonna try and try and try and try and try and keep going. Same thing over and over again. Like the repetitiveness doesn't bother me in the slightest. But I think that's like it's a common thing with lots of people who used to skate. It's just the way you learn in skateboarding.
no, for sure.
I think
Uh,
it's a good work ethic to carry into music.
okay, I like that. See, I didn't even think about it because I haven't skateboarded so long. The way I think about it is when I did martial arts, I took, the stuff from martial arts into what I do today. So the fact that
Yeah,
you take everything you do with skateboarding and apply it to your music, that actually makes a lot of sense.
yeah,
Um, that's actually a fire way of thinking. I didn't even think about it like that. Skateboarding and
there's like
martial
one.
arts have so much in common. It's not even funny. Fucking you guys
Yeah,
fall
it's
the
like
exact same way where you have to put your arm
yeah.
out first so you don't fucking hit the back of your
No,
head.
no, 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 no arms out. No arms out. You curl in a ball and roll. That's what you're supposed to do. Because like with skateboarding, you've got momentum. You're not just falling backwards like you would be in a martial art. So say like you've just been thrown. Like if you put your arms out, you're gonna slide across the floor. But in reality, you tuck your arm in and aim for your shoulder to go for the floor first, and then you roll.
Okay, got
Like,
you. See, this is why I
learning
haven't skateboarded in 5 years. 'Cause I don't know shit about skateboarding.
learning how to fall is like the most important thing in skateboarding. Because if not, you're gonna break shit. Like you're gonna break arms. Fucking I don't know. What
Got you. Well, thank you for
I,
correcting.
I I fell last year, and because I didn't roll, I was just drunk skateboarding. I fell last year, and I fractured my wrist.
Ooh,
And it's like the first time I've ever broken something skateboarding, and it's because I didn't fall properly. I fell like a fucking dickhead, and then my arm like tucked underneath me, and like my hip landed on my wrist. So rather than tucking my arms up to my chest, it fell by my wrist, and I just fell onto my side, and then my wrist impacted. Well, my hip impacted my wrist, and I was like on the floor.
was it your left wrist?
No, my right one.
See, I had a. That's why I stopped skateboarding. Because I did that to myself in 5th grade. Except it was my left one. I was so pissed because it was the week before I was supposed to go to the Atlantis Hotel in the Bahamas with my parents. I'm like, fuck, can't go on the water slides.
Literally just cast it
Spoiled
off to
rich
the
kids
side.
problem, please. Oh god. Oh man. Um. And the very last question, it's not even really a question. Is there anything you'd like to plug in and let people know that you're working on before we wrap things up?
uh, Too much, but uh, CTG album this year maybe if I get my ass up and fucking start uh mixing this shit. I'm
Well,
sorry.
when you do
It's
drop
fucking
it, please
over.
send me a link. Send me multiple links so I can send it to everyone and their mother.
There's quite a little. I don't know. I've got quite a few like albums like in the works, but I can't really talk about them yet.
No, I got
And
you.
I'll plug some Welsh artists as well. Go listen to fucking Luke RV.
Luke
He's
RV.
fucking sick. Yeah, Luke RV, Noah Bouchard, Minas. Minas just started a new band called Teasing. I got some friends in there. They sick. The stuff is fucking sick. Go listen to that shit.
Dude, fuck
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
Dude, thank you so
yeah.
much for taking the time to be a part of this interview, dude.
It's all good, bro. I'm fucking. I'm excited to do like an interview where I can actually talk about shit that's, it's not gonna go in a museum. So I can ramble on. I can swear. I can fucking talk about stuff like posting my balls on Facebook.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Fucking trolling these
could you imagine?
douchebags, bro.
Could you imagine if I put that in the interview? That was like going to like Welsh Museum.
Oh
If
god.
I should have brought it up because then if it was an interesting topic of conversation, I could have had a picture of my balls in the Welsh Museum. I think that would be like I think that's the end goal.
Dude,
Yeah,
people will
my
remember you
balls in the
forever
Welsh
for that one. That's too fucking funny, bro.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I think I need to do that.
Let me not take up too much of your time. I know it's like almost 8 o'clock over there, right?
Yeah, pretty much like 3 minutes away.
Okay. Alrighty. So I'm gonna let you go. Because I gotta do a lot of editing, and my cousin's coming over. I'm gonna try and take him out to Fremo night, and make him have fun, and go from there.
But it's all good, bro. It's fucking sick speaking to you about some shit that I never really get to tell some people. But yeah, it's been a good one.
Dude, for sure. If you ever want a second interview, we could always schedule one sometime later on when summer hits. Because once May hits, I'm taking a break from all interviews. I'm like, I need to fucking step away. Some of you, not Facebook people, but more so the IRLs are like, interview me, interview me, interview me. I'm like, hold up, hold up, hold up. What the fuck do you even do? Like,
I've got a crochet TikTok shop. I make
like
artisanal fucking tea bags.
how can I stretch this to 20 questions? And how can I stretch this to at least 30 minutes to make you look interesting?
Yeah,
You know?
It's wild.
But anyway, let me not hold you verbally hostage anymore. I appreciate you, dog.
I appreciate you too, bro.
All right,
Much
I'm gonna
love. Very
stop
much love.
recording.
There's no compromise for quality. Count on us. And there's nothing too good for a customer.
Fuck Lucas Versace.